Hello, and welcome to this webinar presentation by Global-CPD, Teacher Training Services. This presentation is on English language teaching through systemic, functional linguistics, and innovative course materials. Course materials are the beacon guiding learners on their journey, illuminating roles, embedding authenticity, and sharpening linguistic intuition. As we embrace the new dawn of educational innovation, we harness the power of open resources, the magic of digital interactivity, and the promise of task-based endeavours, crafting a brighter, more engaged learning future. Today, we'll talk about two essential areas of English language teaching. The first part will focus on understanding the importance of course materials, discussing the pivotal role they play in shaping students' learning experiences. The second segment will cover recent developments in course material design and delivery, exploring cutting-edge tools and methodologies that can be integrated into your curricula. The education landscape is continuously evolving, and so are the needs and aspirations of our students. To remain effective educators, it's crucial that we stay updated on the latest teaching techniques and procedures, as well as the tools at our disposal. Whether it's embracing open educational resources, leveraging digital platforms, or implementing systemic functional linguistics (SFL) methodologies, we must constantly adapt and innovate to meet our students' needs. By the end of this webinar, you will gain a nuanced understanding of the significance of course materials and how they impact student engagement and learning outcomes. Discover innovative ways of incorporating authentic and digital materials to enhance language learning experiences. Explore practical classroom examples and activities to develop language awareness and employ task-based language teaching techniques. Your takeaways. Our aim is to equip you with practical pedagogical ideas that you can implement in your classrooms immediately. You'll walk away with a renewed sense of purpose and a toolbox full of strategies and activities designed to enrich your teaching methods and improve student outcomes. So let's embark on this educational journey together, exploring the future of English language teaching through the lens of systemic functional linguistics and modern course materials. Once again, welcome, and thank you for your commitment to professional development and educational excellence. Let's get started. Part 1. Understanding the importance of course materials. 1.1. Role of course materials. Theoretical knowledge. The role of course materials in language instruction can't be overstated. Good course materials are not merely delivery mechanisms for content, but are crucial in shaping the quality of student engagement and learning outcomes. Latest practical educational ideas and practices. Strategies for evaluating and selecting appropriate course materials. Alignment with learning objectives. Check whether the materials align with the learning objectives of your course. Cultural relevance. Ensure the materials do not perpetuate stereotypes and are culturally inclusive. Pilot testing. Before committing, conduct a small-scale pilot test to get student feedback on the materials. Classroom example. Procedures. SWOT analysis. Have teachers analyse potential course materials by evaluating their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Student surveys. After the pilot test, use a short survey to gather student opinions on the new material's effectiveness. Related to the role of course materials. From a theoretical standpoint, course materials are not mere tools for content delivery, but are crucial determinants in shaping the calibre of student engagement and learning. On the practical side, there was an emphasis on aligning materials with the objectives of the course, ensuring cultural inclusivity and using pilot testing to gain initial student feedback. For implementing these ideas in real-world settings, teachers were advised to employ SWOT analysis and administer student surveys for comprehensive evaluation of potential course materials. 1.2. Incorporating authentic materials. Theoretical knowledge. Using authentic materials can make learning more engaging and realistic, bridging the gap between the classroom and the real world. Latest practical educational ideas and practices, identifying authentic materials, news articles, real-time articles from online platforms, social media posts, tweets or posts relevant to subject matter, techniques for adapting and supplementing, glossing, add a glossary for unfamiliar words, task-based activities, create activities that require students to use the material for practical language use. Classroom example. Procedures. Find the fact. After reading a news article, have students identify key pieces of information. Dialogue creation. Use snippets of natural conversation from social media and have students create dialogues around them. About incorporating authentic materials. Theoretically, the use of authentic materials like real-time news articles and social media posts can significantly enrich the learning environment by bridging the gap between classroom instruction and real-world scenarios. Practically, these materials can be adapted for classroom use through glossing techniques and by designing task-based activities around them. Classroom examples included asking students to pinpoint key facts in news articles or create dialogues based on snippets of natural conversation from social media platforms. Promoting language awareness. Theoretical knowledge. Language awareness promotes a deeper understanding of language features and encourages critical thinking. Latest practical educational ideas and practices. Activities for developing language awareness skills. Concordance lines. Analyze sentences to explore patterns. Mini debates. Discuss the usage of a particular language feature and its implications. Classroom example procedures. Feature hunt. Provide texts and ask students to identify specific linguistic features. Role-playing. Have students adopt different perspectives in a debate about the appropriateness of certain language usages. On promoting language awareness. The importance of cultivating language awareness, a deeper comprehension of linguistic features, was explored through theoretical discussion. Practical strategies included activities such as analysing sentence patterns through concordance lines and facilitating mini debates that encourage critical thinking about language features. In the classroom, teachers can enable students to identify specific linguistic attributes through a feature hunt activity, or engage them in role-playing exercises that require debating the appropriateness of certain language usages. Part 2. Recent developments in course material design and delivery. Course material design and delivery are evolving to focus on active learning, use technology more effectively, and provide more personalised learning experiences. This is being driven by advances in technology and new insights into learning theory. Open Educational Resources, OER. Theoretical knowledge, OER can democratise access to quality materials. Latest practical educational ideas and practices. Strategies for integrating OER. Backward design. Start with learning objectives, then find OER that fits. Mix and match. Combine different OER to meet specific needs. Classroom example. Procedures. OER review sessions. Teachers share experiences using different OER in a collaborative session. OER-based assignments. Students complete assignments using selected OER materials. OERs were discussed as theoretical instruments capable of democratizing access to high-quality educational materials. Practically, teachers can integrate OER by employing backward design techniques, which begin with the end learning objectives and work backward to find suitable resources. They can also blend different OERs to address specific instructional needs. Classroom integration can occur through teacher-led OER review sessions and assignments that require students to navigate and utilise chosen OER materials. (2.2) Digital and interactive materials. Theoretical knowledge. Digitalization has revolutionized course material delivery, making it more interactive and accessible. Latest practical educational ideas and practices, incorporating interactive activities. Virtual reality for immersive language experiences. Gamification, language games for vocabulary and syntax. Classroom example procedures. QR code scavenger hunt. Place QR codes around the classroom linked to digital resources. Virtual field trips use VR headsets for immersive cultural experiences. On digital and interactive materials. Digitalization has theoretically upended traditional material delivery mechanisms, rendering them more interactive and widely accessible. On the practical front, the use of virtual reality for immersive language experiences and the application of gamification techniques for vocabulary and syntax learning were highlighted. Classroom practices, like QR code scavenger hunts and virtual field trips using VR headsets, offer novel ways to engage students. 2.3 Task-Based Language Teaching, TBLT. Theoretical knowledge. TBLT is rooted in the belief that language learning is most effective when used in the context of genuine communication. Latest practical educational ideas and practices. Designing tasks. Information gap activities. One student has information the other needs. Project-based tasks. Collaborative projects like creating a magazine. Classroom example procedures. Interview sessions. Students prepare and conduct interviews in pairs. Recipe swap. Students swap recipes and then discuss them, practicing vocabulary and conversational skills. TBLT, rooted in the belief that language learning is most effective when contextualized in genuine communication, was discussed from a theoretical perspective. Practically, task design strategies such as information gap activities and project-based tasks can offer students authentic language practice. Classroom procedures can further include student-prepared and conducted interview sessions or activities like recipe swaps, where students can practice vocabulary and conversational skills in an interactive setting. As we draw to a close, let's reflect on the ground we've covered today. We started by exploring the indispensable role that course materials play in language instruction. Not only did we dive deep into understanding their impact on student engagement and learning outcomes, but we also examined strategies for their effective selection and adaptation. From there, we moved into the exciting frontier of recent developments in material design and delivery, including open educational resources, digital platforms, and task-based language teaching. The value of continuous professional development. As educators in English medium instruction schools, it's imperative that we continuously refine our approach to teaching. Through today's webinar, you've been armed with actionable insights and strategies that aim to advance your pedagogical practices, both theoretically and practically. Next steps: implement new techniques. Try out the practical classroom activities and example procedures we discussed. Feedback loop. Consider setting up a system of peer observations and reviews within your community of educators to share how these new strategies are working. Stay updated. The world of education is ever-changing. Subscribe to reputable education journals, blogs, or newsletters to keep abreast of the latest trends and research. Final remarks. Your commitment to your own professional development speaks volumes about your dedication to your students' success. We sincerely hope that you found this webinar enriching and that it will serve as a catalyst for transformative educational experiences in your classrooms. Thank you for investing your valuable time with us today. Remember, the best teacher is the best learner. Let's continue to learn, adapt, and thrive in our noble profession. Until next time, happy teaching. You can access the comprehensive PDF document associated with this presentation through the Learning Management System. Global-CPD, Continuing Professional Development for Teachers and School Leaders. Global-CPD is an organization with a vision to provide relevant, effective and innovative professional development for teachers and educational leaders in English medium school and university contexts. Global-CPD offers professional development courses to teachers and administrators through a solid program of needs analysis by setting short, medium and long-term goals for better quality education and provision of specialized training programs with follow-up support. To learn more about Global-CPD work and services, contact us by email at admin@global-cpd.org or visit our website at www.global-cpd.org. Many of our services have online forms which allow you to access services at any time that is convenient to you. Learning teachers lead the way.